Hi everyone, welcome to the Man Cave. I'm Raphael Leah.
And I'm John Jackson, and we have plenty to talk about when it comes to hockey, when it comes to basketball, because we're in finals time right now.
Yeah, we're finally at that time where we could say all our predictions were wrong, and here are the two teams in each finals. We waited way too long for that Penguins pick. I
said Penguins in Game 6 a few rounds ago.
Yeah, we make our predictions a game before they actually come true, and we probably get them wrong. I think you...
And Golden State, even though we said last week.
I think everyone could say that they expected a Cavaliers-Golden State rematch until Oklahoma City gave Golden State a run for their money.
Yeah, so that's when you questioned.
So we're going to throw it all in together. We're going to mix that in with some hockey because there might be different sports, but we're in the finals and it comes together, you know? Same thing has to be done. You got to win 5 games. 4 games.
4 games.
You gotta win 4 games.
You're already expecting somebody to win Game 1 and lose the next 4.
Listen, you're gonna have to. I don't think this is gonna be over in 4 games, no matter what.
No, I don't think so.
But you still gotta win 4 games.
You never know.
Whatever you want to start with.
Golden State beating Oklahoma City. Let's start with that.
No better place to start.
No better.
Golden State. If you missed it, you probably didn't. Go over it real quick. Come back from 3-1 down in the series. They beat them in Golden State. Then they go to Oklahoma City.
In Golden State.
Yeah, they beat them in They beat them in California.
In the Golden State, you could say.
They beat them in at Golden State. Then they beat them at Oklahoma City.
Yep.
Which was a big surprise. That's when everyone thought it was going to be over. And then they come back to Golden State, finish it off, come back from 3 games to 1. Only the 10th team in NBA history to do so. And just unbelievable. But we said it last week that if anyone was going to do it, they would have done it.
Yeah. I mean, that was after we said we expected the Thunder to finish it off.
We expected them to finish it off, but it's not. We didn't really shock you when you saw that they won Game 7.
We like you said, if any team were to do it, it would be Golden State. However, it would be silly for us to say they would do it until we actually see them.
To be honest, it would have shocked me more if Oklahoma City won this series in the end. Like in
Game 7,
if they had to.
Or just overall.
If just they won 1 game to move on. That would have shocked me more than Golden State when they finally won Game 7 because I knew we expected Oklahoma City to finish off the series. But how great was that they could have actually taken out this team that was, they broke the record. They were the team to beat. And Oklahoma City really kind of coasted in there. Without,
3 chances they had to finish
San Antonio we expected ahead of them. That would have been an unbelievable thing. Golden State, I was like, oh, okay, they just did what they were... It took them long enough to do it, but they did what they were supposed to do in the end.
Yeah.
But it took them longer than it should have. And now, do you think that's a bad thing for the Cavaliers?
That it took Golden State longer? You think that's a bad thing?
That it's Golden State and not Oklahoma State.
Oh, okay. Obviously, it's worse. LeBron's probably crying in his hands when he saw that Oklahoma City couldn't finish it off. That's why he was celebrating so much. He knew that's probably the farthest he's going. Maybe he already expected Golden State to win. Once it got to Game 7, I think everybody expected.
Yeah, because then it's a 1-game playoff. And if you're going to have a 1-game playoff, you're going to take Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors.
But, the one thing with...
Klay Thompson was outstanding.
Yeah.
Game 6, I'm going to point at. He was just outstanding. Just to get them to Game 7, and then
record-breaking performance.
And then in Game 7, it was Steph Curry,
who
really just showed why he's the guy that they paid the big bucks, why he's the guy who's the MVP, why he's the guy the team really hinges on, and he didn't disappoint. Now, as we go into the finals, Cleveland versus Golden State for the 2nd straight year. Golden State looking for the repeat. Who do you think's the bigger... I guess not wild card. Who's going to make the most impact to the team? Steph Curry on the Golden State Warriors or LeBron James on the Cavaliers?
No doubt about it, LeBron James. And you know why? I know they have Kevin Love, they have Kyrie Irving, but you got to say that you expect Klay Thompson to do well, you expect Steph Curry to do well. You have the other cast too, Iguodala, right, and Draymond Green. You have a whole team of guys who are going to perform. You expect that. But the only way for the Cavaliers to win LeBron James has to carry that team. He can't have a mediocre performance.
Okay, well then here's a good.
So I expect him to have the most, impact on the team.
Well then here's a more specific question, right? If both LeBron James and Steph Curry, I'm trying to think of something unreasonable because I don't want to offend our fans out there who might think I'm jinxing their guys if this happens. But if they were just out, an anonymous injury.
Yeah.
Okay, and they were just out, both of them at the same time this series. Who wins the series?
Oof, definitely Golden State for sure.
I agree.
Definitely.
Klay Thompson could carry.
Yeah, Klay Thompson. You got
the entire team.
Yeah. No, forget about
The
it.
entire team on the other side really hinges upon LeBron James performing well.
Yeah.
I get it. You have Kyrie and you have guys that could play.
And Kevin Love and Kyrie didn't play last year. I think who was it Kyrie who got injured during the series, and Kevin Love was already
that's
injured.
Who they were blaming for losing.
Yeah.
But really, without LeBron, you're not going. You're not going to beat. You might not beat the Golden State Warriors with LeBron, and you want to do it without him is going to be a different story. So no, I agree with you 100%. I think LeBron James, if he performs at his best, and Curry's still not 100%, then it's a series.
Yeah, I mean, you can almost look at it like this. You have Steph Curry up here, and you have, based on this season, LeBron over here. But then you have Klay Thompson right there, and you have Kyrie Irving right there. It's just that it's a huge difference between number 1 and number 2 on the Cavs compared to number 1 and number 2 on the Golden State Warriors. There's a big gap between LeBron and then Kyrie and Kevin Love compared to Steph Curry and Klay Thompson.
Absolutely. Let's go on to the ice. That was loud.
You want to turn that down? Getting alerts of sports. I'm assuming that was sports, maybe not.
That was. Barry Bonds says he acted straight stupid.
Straight stupid?
Straight stupid, yes. Not crooked stupid.
You're not crooked, that's straight stupid. About what?
Actually, I don't know. I had work very early this morning, and I actually got the alert that Barry Bonds was called himself dumb and everything for what he did, and I'm like, what did this guy do?
You can Google it if you want.
So I have no clue what he did.
Barry Bonds.
That's going to be the very first thing I do after the show. But going on to the ice, the Penguins won Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Finals against the Sharks. It took 2 minutes and 33 seconds remaining in the third for them to finally get that third goal, which propelled them over the Sharks 3-2. I don't know how much we could say about this series.
Okay,
the Sharks were a surprise.
Here's something I want to say.
Okay.
So Game 1 obviously was neck and neck. It was a close one. It looks, if you base the whole series on Game 1, it looks like it's going 7 games. But do you think the whole series is going to reflect Game 1? Do you think it's going to be this close for the whole series?
Absolutely, because they've done nothing but do this all playoffs long. Each team. Penguins have been in multiple Game 7s. They've been in multiple overtimes. The Sharks, on the other hand, have kind of coasted a little bit easier than the Penguins have. But they've still been in close games.
Yeah.
High-scoring games, if you want to say that as well, which is something the Penguins aren't used to, so the Penguins are going to need to score. But if you want to count this game, Penguins up 2-0, then San Jose coming back 2 goals to nothing to get it 2-2. Then the Penguins, when you think, okay, the momentum is done, they come back and they win at the end. That's going to be how the series turns out. Penguins might go up 2-0 before the Sharks win 2 games, and it's going to be the Game 5. Keep your eye on Game 5. There's no doubt in my mind that this is not going to be decided by Game 5. If the winner of Game 5 wins the Stanley Cup.
So you're saying if the Penguins are win the first 3 games, and
absolutely
the Sharks win Game
1,
4 and 5.
If they win Game 4 and 5, and it's 3-2, the Sharks are going to win that Stanley Cup.
Really? So it's all Game 5, you're saying?
Game 5 is going to decide this cup. Mark my words. Write it down.
Yeah, I don't think it's actually going to be this close. I think Game 1 was close. You could definitely say it will be close, but the Penguins look like the better team, and it's not just looking, it's not even performing. It's also, I know you probably don't want to think about it like this, but the Sharks haven't won in 25 years in their existence. Well, and you have a team like the Penguins, they won in 09.
The Penguins played the better game, and they still almost lost at the end. And it's just
one game in hockey doesn't correlate to the other.
No, absolutely
the next
not.
thing could be a
But
blowout for the Sharks.
The Penguins have been the best team in hockey this entire playoffs and at the end of the season, and it's still they forced many overtimes and they forced many game sevens. They can't win it. They can't dominate it. So even if they do win, I don't think they're winning it in 4 straight or even
I don't think so.
5.
I say 6. I think that's fair enough.
That's
to the
going
Sharks.
long though. I think if you're gonna say the Penguins win, if it goes that long, I think the Sharks win. But it's whoever wins Game 5. Obviously.
It's Game 5. Yeah.
It's Game 5 or bust.
Shit with Game 5.
Want to get quick?
How much time did we use up?
Yeah, we're gonna have our next episode. We want to talk some football.
Surprisingly, yeah.
Because you read an article. We're gonna examine that article for its merit and for our
not the
thoughts
article,
on it.
just the idea.
The idea
that it brings up.
The idea presented in the article.
Yeah.
And we're also gonna finally get to our player of the week because.
So if you've been waiting for that, check it out.
Until then, I'm Raphael Leah.
And I'm John Jackson, and this has been the Man Cave.